So Shooting Stars is going to be available this weekend on Peacock, and here with me is the director of Shooting Stars, Chris Robinson. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. That is a cool room.
Oh, thank you. I wanted to try to get the lighting just right for this one because I had such a fun time watching this movie. I wanted to ask, what was it like being initially approached with this project?
I was excited. We went to I went to Spring Hill with my team. We were there for a whole other reason, a whole other show, and saw a friend of mine, Jamal Henderson, who is a big exec over there, and he's like, "Hey, look, LeBron really dug this project you did, the New Edition story. Read this. It's about his life as a kid." And I read it, and I just found so many things in it that reminded me of growing up. You know,
Mm.
so many things in sport, or even when my son was young and we coached his little 11, 12 team, right? And then it, like, when I finished reading it, I stepped back and I go, wow, look, but this is the LeBron James story. Like, he's the best basketball player in the history of the sport, arguably, Jordan.
Mhm.
But the thing is, he didn't skip any steps. This lifestyle, what was poured into him and his friends, the loyalty between them all, is something that I think a lot of us experience, and it really attracted me to the project.
This is such a tight-knit group of friends, and they all have a singular vision in trying to be stars. That rarely really happens. The longer you go in life, the more your friends start to kind of deviate from each other. What was it like kind of filming such a tight group of friends, and what was it like with the actors working with each other?
The great part was that I got to meet the real guys who all are there in Akron, doing different things in their lives. Two of them were pro athletes themselves in Europe. And then choosing the actors, I actually watched them become tight. A lot of times you do a movie, you're friends for the 2 months you're there, and you never see the person again, no matter how great the work you do. I watched these young men bond, and it was like life and reality kind of combined for a magical moment while we were there. And to this day, we finished shooting a year ago. They're still friends, call each other every day. So I got to watch that development through the agony of practices and shooting the movie. We all became a family. We all were on the same page because we were telling the story of this great group of people. But it was amazing to see it happen right there on set.
And you can see not only with their acting, the chemistry with all of them, but you can see it in, I guess, acting goes in line with the actual basketball playing too. I loved the camera work. Talk a little bit about why you decided to go for certain aspects. I know there's probably some drone shots, things like that.
The first part is that I've been working with my DP for about 20 years. His name is Carson Gopinath, and he's amazing. And I call him a scientist, and we don't agree all the time, but he is. We push each other to get to a place where we want to be proud of the work. And then the cameramen that came along with us, some of them do sports, who could give us advice and how to cover the game. And then we had a great, amazing choreographer, basketball choreographer, who helped us. So, and then we practiced a lot, and then the boys could really ball. So it was kind of a mashup of like all the exact right things you need to make it work. And I had a desire artistically to do basketball differently. When we flew through that rim, definitely a drone, but the drone operator said, I don't think I've ever done this. I'm like, well, let's give it a try. If you crash it, it'll be okay. We'll fix it. But, we got to do amazing things like that. And we all we were all inspired by LeBron and how he pushes the limit to be amazing, to make everything count. So I think we all came together to make that happen, and hopefully we accomplished that goal.
Oh, well, he picked a great director, and you did a fantastic job on the film. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.